Alright, picture this. You're walking up to a car that blends Italian soul with razor-sharp engineering, something that turns heads not because it's trying too hard, but because it just knows how to carry itself. That's exactly the kind of presence the 2026 Alfa Romeo Giulia brings to the table. And let me tell you, this isn't just a refresh. This is Alfa Romeo making a bold statement that it's not here to play catch-up. It's here to remind everyone why passion still matters in the age of cold, calculated machines. In a market crowded with soulless sedans, the Giulia brings something deeply emotional to the drive. And in 2026, that experience has been taken up a notch. Alfa's made some sleek updates to the Giulia's design, keeping that classic Italian aesthetic but tightening up the edges just enough to give it a sharper, more athletic stance. The signature trilobo grille is still front and center, flanked by those striking adaptive matrix LED headlights that now have a more focused, aggressive look. The body lines are taut, the proportions are balanced, and there's a kind of visual rhythm to the way the surfaces play with light. It's not just pretty, it's purposeful. From the side, the long hood and short rear deck give off that classic sport sedan silhouette, but it's the details, like the subtly flared wheel arches and the optional 20-inch alloy wheels, that really pull the whole look together. Around back, the taillights have been slightly redesigned with a more three-dimensional effect, and the quad exhausts on the performance trims still let you know this car means business. It's elegant, it's athletic, and above all, it's unmistakably Alfa. Step inside and the story continues. The 2026 Giulia's cabin has been refreshed with an emphasis on both tactile quality and driver-centric design. You're immediately greeted by a redesigned digital instrument cluster, now a 12.3-inch customizable screen that blends tradition and tech in a way only Alfa could pull off. The circular gauge design harks back to older Alfas, but the interface is crisp, modern, and intuitive. Slide your hands over the steering wheel, and you'll find premium leather wrapping, metal paddle shifters that are still column-mounted, and that iconic push-start button embedded right into the wheel itself. It's a small detail, but it's one that makes starting the car feel like launching a performance machine. Comfort hasn't been sacrificed for sportiness, though. The seats strike a great balance between support and plushness, especially in the T and Veloce trims. There's more sound insulation this year, too, so cabin noise is better managed even when you're pushing the car. Alfa has upgraded materials across the board: Real aluminum accents, carbon fiber in the sport trims, and soft-touch leather where it matters. Rear seat space is adequate, though not class-leading, so if you're frequently hauling passengers in the back, it's something to consider. But up front, you'll be more than happy. Tech-wise, Alfa has made a leap. The infotainment system has been updated to a new 11-inch touchscreen interface that now supports over-the-air updates, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and even a voice assistant that actually works when you want it to. The layout is clean and the graphics are sharp. Physical buttons for climate control are still present, thankfully, so you're not digging through screens just to cool down the cabin. There's also an available Harman Kardon audio system that absolutely sings when you crank it up. USB-C ports, wireless charging, and ambient lighting round out the modern touches, making the Giulia feel finally up to speed in a tech-driven world. Now let's talk power, because this is where the Giulia earns its stripes. Under the hood, you've got a few choices depending on how wild you want to get. The base models come with a turbocharged 2-liter inline-4 that produces around 280 horsepower and 306 pound-feet of torque. It's mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission and sends power to the rear wheels, or all four if you opt for the Q4 all-wheel drive system. This engine is smooth, responsive, and surprisingly efficient, delivering 0 to 60 in just over 5 seconds. But if you want the real Alfa experience, you go for the Giulia Quadrifoglio. And yes, it's still very much alive. The 2026 model retains the Ferrari-derived twin-turbo V6, but now it's been slightly reworked for emissions and efficiency without sacrificing that raw, visceral edge. You're looking at around 505 horsepower and 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds. The engine note? Glorious. The chassis? Razor sharp. There's rear-wheel drive, a torque vectoring differential, and Alfa's DNA Pro drive modes that let you tailor the experience from civilized cruiser to track weapon. Now, no one's taking a Giulia rock crawling, but Alfa did make some minor adjustments to the all-wheel drive system's calibration this year, improving grip in rain and light snow. It's still a sedan, obviously, but with the Q4 system and winter tires, this thing can handle inclement weather better than you'd expect. Ground clearance remains low, but traction and stability systems work well to keep the Giulia composed even when conditions turn less than ideal. On the safety front, Alfa has stepped up. The 2026 Giulia comes standard with a full suite of driver assistance tech, including adaptive cruise control, lane centering, blind spot monitoring, rear cross-traffic alert, and automatic emergency braking. There's also a new semi-autonomous driving mode that combines adaptive cruise and lane keeping for stress-free highway cruising. It's not as aggressive or hands-off as some systems out there, but it's smooth, intuitive, and doesn't fight you for control like others sometimes do. Optional features include a surround view camera system and traffic sign recognition, making daily driving just that little bit more convenient. Trim-wise, the lineup remains familiar but better sorted. You've got the Sprint as the entry-level trim, which comes decently equipped with leather, dual-zone climate, and the full digital display. Above that is the T, which adds more luxury touches. Think wood trim, heated seats, and upgraded wheels. Then there's the Veloce, which leans into the sporty side with larger wheels, a stiffer suspension, and unique exterior accents. The top dog Quadrifoglio, of course, is in a league of its own, complete with adaptive dampers, active aerodynamics, and that wild engine. Pricing starts at just under $43,000 for the Sprint trim, while the T hovers around $47,000. Step up to the Veloce, and you're looking at the low $50,000 range. The Quadrifoglio? That one starts north of $82,000. But frankly, if you're even thinking about it, you're not cross-shopping it with anything sensible. You're buying it because you want to feel something every time you turn the key. So here's the verdict. The 2026 Alfa Romeo Giulia isn't trying to out-German the Germans. It doesn't have to. What it offers instead is emotion, something you feel in the steering, in the styling, in the sound of that engine climbing through the revs. It's a driver's car through and through, but with just enough modern comfort and tech to make it livable day to day. No, it's not the most spacious, and no, it's not packed with gimmicks, but what it gives you is something far more rare these days: character. If you care about how a car makes you feel, not just how efficiently it gets you from A to B, the Giulia is absolutely worth your time. So, what do you think? Is the 2026 Giulia the perfect blend of passion and precision, or would you take one of its more clinical rivals instead? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more in-depth car content, and share it with a friend who appreciates cars that are more than just transportation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.